Good morning. There are 2 dogs in the car this time. So we've got Amy coming with us. You can see Smile in the background. Coop right in the back, who is less happy about the whole thing. We are heading up to Corryfee, so we're heading north of Forfar, so not too far out from Dundee. We're going to head up to the Corrie. There are some falls along the way, and then we'll see how it is when we get there. But it's a lovely sunny day again. I've prepared more food this time. So you'll see when we get to the car park. Daria's got some toxic coloured broth, but we'll find out what that is later. So we're heading out along Broughty Ferry Road just now, and then we'll be heading north up to Forfar. Once we get up to about there, I will switch to time-lapse just so we can get some of the really scenic countryside on the way. So stay tuned. The dogs are a bit more settled. We are coming up near to Glencoe. Oh my goodness, it's a pheasant! Well, I've just been scratched down my shoulder thanks to an emergency stopping Amy, and a beautiful pheasant. How casual. And I was like, hey guys.
And there's one dead in front.
Oh, that one didn't make it. Hey guys. Keep going. So we have an important service announcement. 2 dogs in the car equals double the danger for stink. Do not do your pranayama, your breathing exercises, before the walk in the car. It is a terrible, terrible idea. Our nasal passages are scorched. We'll never smell anything again, especially love. Just spotted to the side of the road. It was much closer a second ago. It's a little Sika deer. Little horns. A little bit dangerous to dogs because they like to crouch when you get close and then kind of spring up. Off you go. So we have just crossed like one of the boundary stones for the Cairngorms National Park. It's a national park. Yeah. So the landscape is really changing, so we've moved more into like a glacial valley. You can see corries left, right and centre. We're in the sort of Moraine River Valley just now, and actually you've got like a meandering river and some really great examples of Oxbow Lake. So when we get up, I'm going to see if I can get some footage down. You can also see all the little moraine hummocks as we come down. So I'm going to point out some of that stuff a wee bit later on.
That's what we're doing.
So we're heading like right in there, but as you can see on the sides, you can see these hanging valleys up in the side. So this is like a standard glacial U-shaped valley. So there would have been like little tributary glaciers feeding in from up there and coming down. This is what stripped out this valley floor. So you're quite steep sides on the edges. We're heading into Corryfee, which is like quite far in there. So we'll touch base soon. Glendale Visitor Centre. At the start of the walk up to Corryfee is Amy on his first trip with us. Super excited. So as we start moving through Glendale, we've got an area that we've already mentioned is affected by sort of like glacial effects. But this area originally was formed from magma and then formed into granite, and that's what we'll see probably as most of the outcroppings as we move along. Then during the Ice Age, this area has kind of moved along and lots of the rock has been plucked, moved, and the whole valley is like scored to give a lot of the different shapes. So I'll point out more of those as we move along. So today we're doing the Corryfee Trail, which is 2 miles to the Corrie entrance, and then heading into the Cairngorm Mountain Plateau up from there. So we'll see how we get on today. On the path, you're going to see a lot of Amy's butt on this walk. So we're heading down the path towards Glendale, and then we'll take the forestry walk up to Corryfee. But just have a little look at this view. Incredible. What a beautiful day for this. Daria, you're on map duty. What is our first notable landmark that we're looking out for?
The Whitewater.
The Whitewater. Okay.
So that follows Glendale. So we are going to cross it actually once, and then just like walk alongside it.
Would you say there's a chance we'll get wet? A wee bit along the trail, we've come to a patch of Scots pine, which are home to some really lovely Scottish animals. We've got the red squirrel and pine marten, which almost require these exclusively, so we'll keep an eye out for those. Come here, my little love. Oh, and other love, and other love. Yes. Come on, Amy.
You're looking
Amy.
at this guy.
Yep.
That's Maya, and
Yeah.
that it means in Scottish it means obscure.
Yep.
And this is Driesh, and that's thorn bush. That means thorn bush
Yeah.
in Scottish.
So both of these are
Munros. So just over 3,000 feet,
Yeah.
and they are quite steep actually. You need steep actually, and you do need a good equipment and navigation skills to go up Maya and then cross over to Driesh.
Yeah, and I guess the Cairngorms is known, Cairngorm Range, for incredibly changeable weather. So we weren't on the Cairngorm last time we were at Ben Breckie, but you saw how changeable the weather was then.
Yeah.
It's just the clouds can change just over the top of the condensation point so quick. Just
And
be
it's a
careful.
quite interesting way of crossing from one Munro to another.
Yeah, so you got that
it's
ridge over the top.
It's a hike,
Yeah.
but it's so good though.
Here we are at the White Water. Amy's loving this walk. Coop is just down there. Gary's getting some photos. It's just beautiful. Really beautiful. Those polished rocks. I wear short shorts. Do 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 do. She wears short shorts.
Lily
Amy approves of this message. Yeah, so we're passing some smaller falls on the right just now. We're not going to stop there because we have the promise of some bigger falls a little higher up on the way to Corrie Fee. And then we're just about to point out some of the other ranges around us just off to the right, so give us a sec. So this trail is changing from more forestry access road to footpath, so we're getting in a little bit more into sort of dense cover of trees, following along the White Water to the right hand side. We've got a little bit more of a climb to do, so it's just starting to get a bit steeper here. And then once we break out from the tree line, we'll be able to show you more around and towards, what was the other mountain?
on the right hand side, I mean, that's
Yeah.
Cairnmelon.
Cairnmelon.
But this is a fee burn, so we already.
Fee burn, okay.
We.
We're basically following it up.
Yeah, the wide water is more to the right,
Yeah.
and they split, like they kind of join one another. So we left that bit, and now we are following the fee burn.
So the sun has come back out again under the trees, and we are cooking. So we're making sure that we're staying hydrated as we start a little bit more of the ascent. So we both got our water. These things are great because they keep it cool even if it's hot, and if it gets hot, it keeps it hot. It's pretty great. So next time I think we're both going to bring like maybe like a camel pack or a water sack, so we got a wee bit more. We're just letting the dogs forage for themselves. So here the path is splitting. We're heading up to the right to the Corrie Fee Nature Reserve. What have we got going on here? Stay in this path and we'll be stepping into the amphitheatre of Corrie Fee Nature Reserve. Lovely.
So this is the fee burn, which I was talking about.
Yep.
And then we are going all the way up to see the Corrie Fee waterfall, which
Great.
is going to be here.
And that's actually like the glacial lip, the Corrie is over the top. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Go, Amy, go. So we're just exiting the lip of the forest here. And I'm doing slow reveal because it is absolutely stunning. Look at this.
I should always plan our trips, eh?
Yeah. Oh wow. It almost doesn't encompass just how open and huge this whole area is. It's a little bit windy here, so I hope you can still hear me for sure. Oh, look at this. It's absolutely stunning. puppies are leading the way as we head down. After mice, I think. So we're quite lucky to have had some wet weather recently. So I think it looks like the falls have still got quite a good amount of water going to them. But it's just the quiet in this valley. Now that we're out of the wind, you can just feel how cradled we are. So I see why they call it like the natural amphitheatre. It's incredible. And all these overhanging rocks above. Amazing. It reminds me of Norway actually. Maybe we'll swim here later.
Maybe.
What do you think? Swimming. We just stopped by a little drainage channel. You can see all the tadpoles all congregated together. Look how many frogs that's gonna be. Remember back to the Ben Brackie video I was talking about the blaeberry berries, a little bit of an emergency source of vitamin C. They're better. So now we've gone off trail because there's no trail to take us up to the falls. We're just kind of heading overland up this way to get to here. So you can see here like the steep corrie sides all the way down into the basin. So this would be full of ice. Then that lip just down there would be just where it went over the lip down into the valley and was met by the other sort of glaciers that were moving. And we are just trekking up the side. And look at all the tumble down and one mountain runner. This is the start of the Fee Falls, the little smaller falls before we head on up. These larger ones, so not much further to go on that. Found a path. It's just forking, so you can either go up to climb Ben Mea or come up this way to the falls. Just traumatized Daria because Amy leapt and caught a mouse because he's got lightning fast reflexes. So we're heading up. Show you where? We're gonna head up here into the falls. It's gonna be beautiful. It already is beautiful. This is as close as I can get without endangering the dogs. See that lovely spray coming over the top and down and down. To the valley. It's quite spectacular. Here we are at the falls of Corrie Fee. I came a little bit closer. Beautiful. Daria's sitting over there looking after the dogs just because they're a little bit shaky at the edge. Daria waving, and keeping the dogs safe, keeping them calm. This is a little bit too sheer here. We don't want them up higher. I'm so glad I did. So you can see the rainbow emerging almost as a little treat for persevering. I don't know if you can hear, but Amy can't see me. And he's getting really upset, even though he's sitting with Daria. Amy, I'm coming, darling. I'm coming. It's okay. It's okay. It's a really important time of the walk. It is food and refuel time. So we're gonna eat. Yes, you're gonna get something too, mister. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So we have some chia pudding with cherries, blueberries and banana through it, which will be delicious. And then we've got some vegan samosas, so sweet potato, golden beetroot, carrot, peas, all organic, all homemade. I'll put the recipe on the blog later. So, how was the view from your lunch? Oh, Amy's wanting this samosa. He's got a taste for it now. So he's now a danger to himself and others. Amazing. A whole coachload of people coming up here now.
And those look like they all right there.
Yeah.
I mean, go to the other side because there will be a pedestrian situation soon.
You gonna come on this side? So one of the sad things with coming out with a rescue like Amy, who's got like a history of abuse, I mean there's chunks out of his skin, is that we just saw some walkers who were carrying like wooden walking staves, and he went nuts. He went absolutely nuts, like barking, wooing, hackles raised, going crazy. So I've got him on his lead just now, just attached to my bag, just so he can be reassured that he's alright, he's with us. I also think the mountainside spooked him a wee bit, but he'll get used to it, he'll get used to it. The more he comes out with this, the more he'll get used to this sort of thing. This is his first proper hill, after all. Poor wee guy. Just do some arm movements that go through either. So we are stopping because we have found that we didn't see on the way down a boo bag hanging from a tree. Honest to God, like if your dog had done a crap in the woods, fine, fair enough. If you got it off the path, fine. Nobody's coming back for that. No one's coming back for that. It's been left there. How long do you think that would take to decompose, Daria? Even though it's a biodegradable bag? Weeks. Weeks if you're lucky. Longer if it's in a tree. So we've just come through a bit of a clearing in the trees. You get a really lovely view down the valley, all the way around. Obviously this is a managed woodland, so if you're like, oh, that looks very bare and very stark, it is a managed woodland, so there's obviously a natural cycle of deforestation, but then most Scottish forestry practices are now, I think, more based around letting vegetation naturally regenerate after that, so allowing for more of a mixed woodland. So we've just come back down. We're just checking back in at the ranger centre. So Daria, what is the ranger service for down here?
Well, they maintain paths, and obviously they monitor what's happening in the whole area. But one of the good things for road baggers and generally to hill walkers is that you can register here, so you can check in when you arrive, and then if you don't come back by 10 p.m. they will start searching you, which is really good for
I think
people
that's really good.
who are starting to get into hill walking but are a bit insecure.
Yeah.
Because this is safe. This is so much safer.
But an
Someone will
important
find you.
responsibility to make sure you do check out when
And
you're
also,
finished.
if you decide to do it by yourself, even if you are very experienced,
Beast.
you know, this is Scottish. Every hills can be very dangerous, so it's a really good idea to just go and check in, especially if you're on your own.
Yeah, agreed.